Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be all about hair. I want my hair to get into the best shape of its life. I want it to look healthy. I want it to look long, shiny, full, all of the good things. My hair was never something I was in love with. There was always something I didn't really like about it. And this year I want to take action. So in this video, I will be sharing all of the things I'm trying to implement into my hair care routine to get my hair looking the best it can. Quick disclaimer, I am no expert in this topic. I'm pretty much a novice. So all of the things I'm going to be talking about today are either things I learned from videos or from my own experience or from ChatGPT. So please keep that in mind when I say something. I think this is going to be a long video, so grab your drink of choice and let's jump right in. Firstly, let's talk about the state of my hair at this point in time. I have 5 major problems. Number 1, my hair is incredibly frizzy. You might be able to see it right now. It's just frizz everywhere. I have a lot of regrowing hair and they just poof out, and I don't really like that look, obviously. No one really likes frizz. So that is problem number 1. Problem number 2 is I have really dry hair. My hair just doesn't have that soft, silky feeling that I want it to have. And I think a lot of that stems from it being quite dry and just feeling rough to the touch. That is something that seems to be related to the frizz. So I think when I solve one of them, probably the other one will also be solved, at least in part. Problem number 3 is the fullness of my hair. My hair used to be a lot more full and just thick, and right now it feels like the amount of hair halved. That is probably not the case, but it feels like that to me. Maybe 3 years ago, I lost a lot of hair and it hasn't really regrown that much. I do have a lot of short regrowing hair, and I believe it's probably from that period. But even so, it doesn't feel thick enough for my liking. So I want to improve the fullness of my hair. Problem number 4 is the health. I don't struggle with really unhealthy, very prone to breakage hair, but still, because my hair is regrowing and I have a lot of different lengths of hair right now, the shorter hairs do have split ends, and overall that doesn't look really nice. So in every layer I kind of feel like I have split ends and I can't get to it that well, and I don't want it to get worse. I want to keep my regrowing hair as healthy as possible so I can avoid split ends. So that is another problem I have. And the 5th thing I want to change about my hair is the overall look. I don't like my natural hair texture. It's somewhere between straight and wavy and not in a good way. In school, I was actually called Hagrid because my hair kind of looked like Hagrid hair. It was a lot fuller back then and maybe a bit more curly, but I don't know. I still feel like I have that Hagrid vibe when just air drying my hair, and I want to find a healthy way how I can change up the appearance of my hair without using heat. By the way, this is not my natural hair texture. I'm going to talk about it in a second, but these curls are not mine. My hair doesn't look like that when I just air dry it. So in case you've been wondering, this is not my natural hair texture. Okay, so that was a brief overview over my current hair situation. So let's talk about the things I want to change. I will not implement each one of these steps right now. I will pick 1 to 2 per month that I will add into my hair care routine so I can really track if something's working or if it doesn't work. I thought this approach was, number 1, a bit less overwhelming, and also it was quite smart because then I can really see what works. Let's start out with protection and care, and the first thing on my list is using silk pillowcases. High quality silk pillowcases are supposed to reduce hair breakage and frizz. Normal cotton pillowcases can cause friction on your hair because the material is just a lot more rough than a silk pillowcase. So that is why cotton pillowcases can cause breakage and also worsen split ends. Silk is not only good for your hair, but it's also good for your skin for the same reasons, because it is more smooth and not as rough, so it doesn't irritate your skin as cotton pillowcases do. Silk also helps retain moisture in your skin and your hair. Cotton pillowcases can strip your skin and hair from moisture, which you don't want because that can lead to dry and frizzy frizzy hair. And silk has also hypoallergenic properties. So for example, it is resistant to mold or to dust mitts. Point number 2 on my list is wearing a silk bonnet. Silk bonnets might not be as needed when you're home and you have your silk pillowcase, but if you're traveling and going somewhere, chances are they don't have silk pillowcases. So having a bonnet is a very easy and effective way to keep your hair safe when traveling. And it is also good to wear it even if you have a silk pillowcase, because it keeps your hair from moving around. So I will definitely get both a silk pillowcase and a silk bonnet, although it does feel a bit overload, but I see the benefits of owning both of them. Number 3, heatless curls. I personally try to use no to very little heat on my hair because it really destroys the hair and it dries it out. So I personally try to stay away from straighteners, curling irons and also blow dryers. But as I said, I don't really like my natural hair texture, so that is where heatless curls come into the mix. These curls have actually been achieved by heatless overnight curlers, and this is the one I am using. I found this to be the best method for me personally. I tried different variations, but this one was my favorite and I really like the outcome. It does look just as if I used a curling iron and it's so much less damaging. These heatless curlers are quite affordable, so you don't have to break the bank to get them, and they are so effective. And they're super easy to do, where I usually would curl my hair for an hour plus probably. It only takes me 5 to maybe 10 minutes in the evenings to put my heatless curler in, and I wake up like this in the next morning. So that is something I've actually started implementing already. I bought my heatless curlers in January and I've been using them ever since. I've been loving them ever since. So I feel like my 5th problem, being I don't like my hair texture, is almost solved. I do have a lot of frizz going on, which kind of doesn't look very nice with the curls. So I need to find something that helps with that. But other than that, I really love the curls I can achieve with my heatless curlers. And I kind of feel like problem 5 is already almost solved, to be honest. Point number 4 is using microfiber towels. A normal regular towel, just as a normal cotton pillowcase, can be really rough on your hair. And when your hair is wet, it is very prone to breakage and it's quite delicate. So you don't want to be too rough on your hair when it's wet. And microfiber towels are supposed to be a lot more gentle. I haven't found the perfect towel for me. I had a look on Amazon and they do have these microfiber turban thingies. I'm not sure if I want to get one off of Amazon because I don't know if the quality is going to be great and I want my towel to last for many, many years, but I am quite tempted to get this kind of turban thing. It just looks very practical, and if it's very gentle on my hair, that would be perfect. The 5th thing I want to implement into my hair care routine is scalp massaging. You could either use your hands for that or you can use a scalp massager. They're mostly made from silicone, or you could also use maybe a wooden brush, a bamboo brush or something like that. Scalp massaging is supposed to promote circulation and it also helps to distribute hair oil or shampoo evenly around your scalp. I personally want to get a scalp massager because when I use my fingers, I have relatively long nails. I feel like sometimes I scratch my head and I don't want to irritate my scalp with my fingernails. And because I also want to use it for shampoo, I wouldn't consider getting a wooden brush for that. So I think a scalp massager is the way to go for me. They're also not very expensive. You can get them off of Amazon for maybe 10 to 15 euro or something. And I think I will get a scalp massager this month to implement into my hair care routine to see what it does and to boost my circulation. Number 6 is regular hair masks. As I said, my hair is quite dry, so I need to get some moisture into my hair. And that is why I want to use moisturizing and repairing hair masks once or twice a week probably. When choosing my hair mask, I will be looking out for good ingredients like argan oil, shea butter, hyaluronic acid, avocado oil, aloe vera, chamomile extract, nettle extract, all of these things. I will try to find a hair mask that has at least some of them incorporated. And things I will try to avoid in hair masks are drying alcohols, silicons, parabens, or artificial fragrance. Next on the list is using heat protection products. As I said, I will try to not use any kind of heat, but sometimes you want to wash your hair, it's getting late, you don't want to go to bed with wet hair, so you have to blow dry it for example, or you have some kind of very special event and you want to have your hair look extra pretty, then you might need a curling iron or, I don't know, a straightener. So there might be an occasion where you need to use heat, and for that instant I want to have a really good heat protector. When choosing your heat protectant, try to stay away from ones that have drying alcohols or non-water soluble silicones, and if you can, look for ones that have hydrating properties. Point number 8 is using wooden or ball bristle brushes. These natural brushes are a lot more gentle than plastic ones, which means they prevent breakage, and also they distribute natural oils very evenly throughout your hair, which plastic ones might not do as well. If you own a plastic hairbrush, chances are that it causes frizz and it also causes statics. They oftentimes have quite rigid and sharp bristles, which can irritate your scalp and can also tug on your hair when brushing it, which can lead to more breakage. If you do prefer a synthetic option over a natural brush, try to get one that has soft, flexible bristles. And the last thing on the topic of protection and care is trim your split ends regularly. If you want to grow out your hair and you want it to look healthy, you need to cut your split ends. If you have very damaged or coloured or heat-styled hair, I would recommend getting your hair trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks or doing it yourself. And if you have quite low maintenance hair, you don't colour it, you don't heat style it, I think you could go for 10 to 12 weeks between trims. So why should you get a trim if you want to grow out your hair? I used to think that when I want to have long hair, I just let it grow for 1 year, 2 years, however long it takes to reach the length I want. But what I didn't know was that split ends can actually travel up your hair, which can lead to more breakage and more thinning, so you're not gaining a lot of length, or if you do, your hair ends might look quite thinned out because a lot of your hair has just broken and split off. Getting a trim regularly also improves your hair appearance because split ends make your hair look a lot more dull, and if you get them trimmed regularly, your hair will look a lot more healthy and shiny and less frizzy. It also reduces tangling because your split ends are more prone to get knotted up, and if that happens, you oftentimes lose a lot of hair because you try to get the knot out and there's just a lot of breakage going on, so that's not good. And yeah, if you just get your hair trimmed, it's supposed to not knot up as much. Okay, so next let's move on to hair oiling. The first thing I want to do is incorporate a hair oil for my lengths. Why would I do that? Because it will help with the dryness and with the shine of my hair, both things I want to improve over the next year. It's also supposed to protect the hair from damage. How I like to do it right now is after washing my hair, I like to take 1 to 2 drops and just distribute the oil throughout my length and ends. And when I do my heatless curls in the evening, I also like to use 1 to 2 drops and just put it in my lengths, just to make them feel a lot more smooth and less dried out. If you want to oil your hair, try to use lightweight oils such as jojoba oil or argan oil, and try to stay away from heavy oils that will weigh your hair down and make it look a lot more greasy. And the second place I want to apply oils to is my scalp. Why would I do that? Because my hair gets greasy, so there has to be oil on my scalp, right? Well, taking rosemary oil and massaging it into your scalp is supposed to promote hair growth. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm very keen to implement this into my hair care routine quite soon. What you want to do to start out is you use maybe 2 to 3 drops of rosemary oil and mix it with a carrier oil. Don't apply rosemary oil just purely to your head because it is quite strong and it can cause your hair to fall out. So you always need a carrier oil such as jojoba oil or argan oil. I've seen in a lot of videos you're not supposed to use too much oil on your head, so be careful when applying it, don't use too much, and then massage it in with a scalp massager. After that, you just let it sit for a little while, maybe 1 to 2 hours. Some people do it overnight, but I don't know, I've heard mixed reviews about leaving your hair oil in for such a long time. So I would probably just stick to 1 to 2 hours and see how it changes my hair. And yeah, that's basically what I gathered from all of the videos I've watched and from ChatGPT telling me what he knows. I'm no expert on the topic, so if you want to find out some more about it, maybe watch some other videos and see if that helps you. The next thing I want to do throughout the year is testing and adjusting my products. So what I want to do is just try different shampoos, conditioners, hair masks, hair oils, just to see how my hair reacts to it. If you want to do that, try to find out your hair type. I seem to have low porosity hair, which means my hair cuticles are quite tightly attached to my hair and moisture can't as easily penetrate into my hair as other hair types. So what I've gathered is I am not supposed to use any heavy products because they can cause buildup. I'm supposed to use products that are water-based because they can absorb more easily into my hair. And I shouldn't use any heavy oils. I'm better off with lightweight oils. But that is all theory. Right now I know I don't have a great shampoo or conditioner or any hair care product that I'm very smitten with and that I love and that makes my hair look beautiful. So I need to find the products that work for me. I also want to test the Kerastase hair oil. I've heard so many good things about it. I currently still have a hair oil, but once it's used up, and I think I'm on the last stretch of product, I want to start using the Kerastase hair oil. And of course, if I want my hair to look healthy, I need to heal it from the inside out. So I'm also trying to fix my hair by optimizing my nutrients and supplements. This is definitely more a long-term approach to the problem, just as hair oiling is, but I like to try to solve my problems from the root and not just treat the symptoms. So a healthy, balanced diet and a few supplements I think will really increase my hair health overall. So for my diet, I will try to incorporate more protein and iron-rich foods, for example, nuts, eggs, or spinach. By the way, I like to eat healthily anyway for my body, for my mind. So it's not just that I start eating healthily for my hair, but I might incorporate some vegetables or other foods that maybe I wouldn't eat as much on a regular basis if it hadn't been for this video or if it hadn't been for my goal to optimize my hair, such as maybe spinach or something. I'm not a huge fan of spinach, but if it helps my hair, I can definitely try to incorporate it more into my food. So I'm not someone who eats out junk food. I feel like that's important to note. I already have a healthy diet, but I think I can optimize it to improve my hair. And I want to try to incorporate hair supplements. I know there are these hair gummies. I'm not sure if I'm going to take these, but in general, it's good to include supplements that have biotin, zinc, omega-3, and collagen. So yeah, I'm just going to look for a good supplement to take for my hair. And whilst we're on the topic of long-term strategies for my hair, I do have a few more points on that. Number one is not overwashing my hair. I personally like to wash my hair every 4 days, maybe 3 to 4 days, sometimes 5. I'm quite flexible with that, but I don't like to wash it every day or every other day. My hair doesn't need it, so I'm quite lucky with that. Some people do get quite oily hair and then go for it, wash your hair more often, whatever your hair needs. But I personally like to stick to 4 days between hair washes. That means my hair isn't stripped of its natural oils, which helps with dryness and frizz. And I feel like once I have a wooden or bamboo hairbrush, the oils will be distributed a lot more evenly throughout my hair. And I hope that my hair will be less dry and also look a little less greasy on day 3 or 4. I also want to prioritize scalp health. That's something I have never ever done. I've never ever used a scalp scrub, and I feel like it would be a good thing to do, especially because my hair is supposed to be quite prone to building up product, and a scalp scrub can really help with that. ChatGPT said if you have quite an oily scalp, you can do a scalp scrub once a week. If you have a dry scalp, maybe do it every 2 to 3 weeks, and if you have normal hair, you can do it every 1 to 2 weeks. Good ingredients for scalp scrub are supposed to be sugar or sea salt, charcoal or clay, and tea tree oil. So I'm going to try to keep my eyes open for a scalp scrub with these ingredients. The next point I actually already do, and it is let my hair air dry. I still wanted to throw it in here, although I'm already doing it, but heat is quite damaging for your hair, so I wanted to at least mention it, but I'm already doing that, so that's great. I'm also only trying to use satin scrunchies on my hair because they are supposed to prevent breakage and are a lot more softer on my hair, and I will try to reduce stress. As I mentioned, probably 3 years ago, I lost a lot of hair, and I believe it was due to stress. Stress can really take a toll on your body, so it's very important to try to minimize stress. Again, I'm no expert on that topic, but I will try to link some videos down below that talk about cortisol and how to reduce it. Some additional ideas that probably I won't be doing this year, but maybe in the future, are improve water quality. A shower filter that removes minerals in the water can prevent your hair from drying out. Hard water contains high levels of minerals such as calcium or magnesium, and that can cause a buildup on your hair, making it dry and brittle. Chlorine, heavy metal, or other impurities can also irritate your scalp, causing dryness, itchiness, and dandruff. And the second idea is doing a professional hair analysis. I think it's a good idea to get an expert looking at your hair and giving you some insights on what it might need. I feel like that's something you can only benefit from, so I put it on the list as well. As I said in the beginning, I'm not going to do all of these steps at once. I will pick 1 to 2 each month to implement into my hair care routine and see what effects it has on my hair. So far, I'm air drying my hair, I'm using silk scrunchies. That's something I already did beforehand. And the things I implemented in January are oiling my hair lengths every single day and also using a heatless curler every day. So far, I think I'm doing quite well. I have found a way to make my hair look a lot more pretty without using heat. So I'm very happy with that. And in February, I'm going to start massaging my scalp to promote circulation and hair growth. So I'm very excited to get on this journey, and I will definitely keep you guys posted. Okay guys, so this was my video. It was a long one, I know, but I hope you still enjoyed it. I'm super excited for the year to come and to see my hair transform. It feels like a relatively big task, but if you just do 1 or 2 things every month, I think I should be fine. Do let me know if you have any kind of hair tips or tricks or things you learned over the course of time that really helps your hair. I would be super interested to hear your thoughts. And now I'm done. My head is mush. I need something to eat. So I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.